I think that a lot of the time, the most courageous thing we can do is to be in the present moment, to start to come as we are, to be as we are, and realize that life is only lived from where we are. And it can only start if you decide to in every present moment. I talk a lot about the present, but I truly do think that it is the most important facet of our lives. I think that as we continue to move into the future, every second we are etching our way into a new moment. And in that, we can have a new moment to make our own and to experience it with authenticity and with love as well. I think that it can be easy to neglect who we are, to neglect our progress because we are wanting something bigger and better, and I think we let our expectations take us away from the moment. It's a beautiful quote, but I don't think that the moment escapes us. I think that we do. And I think that we need to be a little bit more vulnerable to the present moment, to who we are, and to build a more flexible but secure sense of identity instead of tying yourself to external things so much and, being who you're not. And I think that's something that I've kind of struggled with a lot of my life, and I think that slowly but surely I'm realizing that I am who I am. And to come as I am, it is to just be me and to watch the world unfold, but to watch myself unfold as well with a sense of unwavering optimism and positive perspective on who I am. I think that we need to be the source of our positivity, and that if we can be in the present moment constantly, it can help our positivity persist in a way that we can continue finding the good in things. And I think that, especially recently, I've been able to embody this as I move through every moment of my day, just realizing that, hey, we need to be here right now. And I am here right now. And every new moment is a chance to love yourself more than the last. And I think it starts with accepting who we are, expecting that our individual experience is so beautiful because it is the individual who experiences it. It can be easy to get lost in comparison and see what other people are doing, but I think that we need to affirm ourselves and give us that validation that, we are moving into something greater because we are great. We just need to start loving ourselves and emitting positivity for who we are. And, you know, I think just seeing the world as you want to be. You know, I think that if we give ourselves positivity, we're going to be able to see the world with so much more positivity. And it's so true. I think that if we just take a second to look around, to embrace the moment, to, be where your feet are. I truly say it, and I mean it so much. Just be where your feet are, knowing that real stillness it's found in the moment. And it's really nothing else. I think that if we can do this, it stops becoming so much like about you, and it starts becoming about what is. And knowing that it's not me versus the world, it's me in the world. And we're having that patience with ourselves because it is our first time here, but I think that we lose our day in expectation of night. And in that sense, when we just want and want and want and we just lose the moment, well, the days are just going to keep passing by, and you're not going to gain any validation in yourself and any positivity in trying to chase something that you don't have yet. I think we need to take a second to, be grateful for what we have, to be grateful for who we are, and to give ourselves a pat on the back because he who loves the journey will go further than the destination, and that's such a true thing. I think that we need to fall in love with the process of becoming and enjoy the fact that you don't know it all. Relax your shoulders, unclench your jaw. Know that you're taking it one day at a time, but you're taking it moment by moment. New moment, new me. And every day, it's that same thing of just being grateful, saying, hey, I don't know what today has for me. And I'm going to look at that with love and positivity and a love of fate in a way. that, whatever happens, happens. And I think that we're going to learn to keep on persisting no matter what happens. The beautiful part about you right now is that you've made it through every single hard time in your life, through the uncertainty, through the doubt, through the trials and the tribulations. You've made it to where you are now because you keep getting up again and again and again. And if we can start to see ourselves as, the writer of our own story, and that there is no wrong way to write the story because you're the one writing it. There is no wrong path to walk because you're the one walking it. And I think that we need to affirm the self instead of the path. We need to put our positivity into who we are today. And in that way, we can emit positivity into the things around us and to the people around us. And in that sense, there's so much beauty in that. Because I think that if you can accept yourself, you can accept the world, you can come and find the parts of yourself that are seeking change, and then finally change it through love. I don't think that we change ourselves through hate. And I think that it's wrong to say. I think that in order to continue to grow, we need to find positivity and change, and know that the parts of us that are seeking change can be changed, but we need to do it with a sense of love and a sense of who we are. And it's not easy, and it's always just me saying it, but I think that you need to take the time to see that. And you need to take the time, and it doesn't happen overnight. You can't hear it as much as you want, but until you go out there and you start doing it for yourself, you're never going to truly know what it's like. And I know that because it took me many years. It took me many years to finally come to terms with who I was, and to, as I was saying, having a flexible but secure sense of self, not tying myself to anything, not tying myself to any outcome or to any, rigid thing. Like, for example, I love the gym. What I did in the past was, that's who I was. I was a gym goer, blah, blah, blah. That was my identity. But now it's like, it's something I do that can bring me a lot of happiness, but it's not who I am. Who I am is my work ethic. It's my discipline. And it's something I enjoy for sure. And it's something that I like to do every day. But it's when you realize that it's about yourself. Again, you affirm the person walking the path, not the path itself. And in that way, we stop tying ourselves to outcomes. And we start just saying, hey, I'm going to try my best. And if this doesn't work, that's okay.